Sometimes you are tired of cooking and you just don't want to step in the kitchen. I have those days too, and it can be such a nightmare even to think of trying and making anything super fancy for the family to enjoy. During those days, one thing that's really handy is either you binge of any leftover that's in the kitchen, or just go right ahead and make my turmeric chicken and pea soup. Style it up with a turkey pastrami tortilla wrap and you're good to go. Let's get to creating it. Now don't be alarmed when I talk about turkey pastrami and lazy cooking. I've just gone bang into my freezer and picked up any odds and ends leftover cold meats that I have lying in. You can use some chicken salami, you can go right ahead and make it with an egg, or just use any leftover vegetable that you have lying with you and create these tortilla wraps. It's that simple, that easy, ready to enjoy. To create the turmeric chicken soup, it's really that simple and it's a velouté, but we're just going to add a little more of spice into it. So here I've got about 40 grams of salted butter and I'm just going to allow it to melt into my pot before adding in some garlic and some ginger. So here I've got 6 cloves of garlic going in, about an inch of ginger, because you want the heat that ginger brings to this creation, and just allow it to infuse as the butter melts into each other. As the garlic and ginger has infused into the butter, in goes 1 leek that I've just finely shredded, and we're just going to allow it to soften before adding in some refined flour and creating a velouté. With the leeks nicely softened, in goes the spice that gives it its name. So here we have about a teaspoon of turmeric going in and about half a teaspoon of black pepper powder. And we're just going to allow it to saute and bloom with the leeks, the garlic and the ginger, giving it that ochre yellow goodness and the earthiest of aromas in your kitchen. As the spices have infused in, now goes the flour to create the roux. So we're going to create a second stage roux with 2 tablespoons of refined flour going in, and just allow everything to blend and cook with each other. You want to allow this to cook for at least a minute to a minute and a half before just going right ahead and adding in the stock. Now while I'm creating this soup in the chicken variant, you can go right ahead and create it in a veg variant. So here I've got about 1 liter of chicken stock going right in, and we're just going to allow it to simmer till it thickens perfectly well. I had some roast chicken lying in, so about a breastful cut into cubes just going in, along with about 1 cup of frozen green peas just to give it that color. You can add any vegetable that takes your fancy. Just allow this to simmer for a good 25 to 30 minutes and this gorgeous soup is ready to be garnished and enjoyed. If your vegetable stock or your chicken stock is already seasoned, go a little careful, otherwise just go right ahead and season it with some celery sea salt, just to give it that zing and burst of flavor. As the soup has come to a roaring boil, all we are going to do now is lower the flame and allow it to simmer for a good 25 to 30 minutes, just so that the turmeric and the pepper infuse in this gorgeous, hearty and welcoming soup. Now to create the tortilla wrap, and I'm using a store-bought tortilla variant. You can go right ahead and create one at home, but the purpose out here is to have lazy cooking made easy. So into a pan, I'm just going to add about 5 ml of olive oil, and while it heats up, I'm just going to add about 2 cloves of garlic finely minced, and a little dash of finely chopped ginger. We're just going to allow this to infuse in the olive oil with about half a leek, because we're creating 2 tortilla wraps out here. So half a leek in, and just saute all this well together. Just going to add 1 egg into this, because egg and turkey pastrami work really well in a tortilla wrap. So just put that in the center. Spread it slightly, allow everything to come together, and take a tortilla wrap and just dunk it on top and allow it to just smash down. You can take a ladle and just flip it over, or lazy me just goes and flips it right out. On a low flame, all you need to do now is scent this. So here I've got some chipotle red peppers going in. Some yellow bell peppers cut into dice going in. I've just taken one bell pepper and I've cut it into dices. Slices of turkey pastrami. I'm using 3 slices per portion. You can go and use it as much as you fancy. And loads of grated cheddar right on top. And this is going to help everything bind with each other. So I've used about 50 grams of grated cheddar for 2 portions. So 25 grams each is going on top. And all we are going to do now is flip this into a sandwich effect. Semicircle in nature, and just allow everything to compress with each other. With it getting that perfect crunch and that golden brown hue, and you can see the cheese melted, all you need to do now is plate this on a plate, and lunch is ready just in time with the soup. 25 minutes of simmering. This gorgeous broth is ready to be enjoyed. All you need to do is give it an overload of some herbs. So here I've got about 3 tablespoons of curly parsley going in, and all you need to do is switch off the flame. I hope you enjoyed creating this simple yet redefined lazy cooking made easy combo. Now, while I've used a tortilla wrap, which was a store-bought variant, and some turkey pastrami, you can use any flatbread that is readily available and any meat or vegetable that you have left over in the kitchen. The principle out here is to create something easy and done in about 20-25 minutes flat. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button. And as I always say, don't forget to subscribe.